What's up, cool kids? Johnny here. I've been doing YouTube and Instagram for about 3 years now. And every time I've hopped into a live stream or uploaded content, people have always left a comment saying that, well, what's Johnny watching now? What are you going to be watching? And I've never really addressed that. So in 2026, I'm going to make a concerted effort to not only show you guys what I've picked up, but also what I have been watching. So before I get into all that, let me hit this intro and then we're going to get started on this. Okay, now I've got about 20 or so titles here and a couple of extra ones because I'm also taking part in Huck's 52-week movie challenge. Like some of the things I've seen on his for that challenge, I'm going to address here. But before I get into showing you guys everything that I picked up and giving you guys my Letterboxd reviews on 35 movies I watched in the past month in January, I think all of them but one were first time watches. So before I get into all of that, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It's free, it doesn't cost you anything, and it would make you an even cooler kid. Hit that like button, and let's get into this. So, a lot of these movies that I did pick up, um, I got rid of a lot of titles last year because I just needed to upgrade them. And if I kept them, then I would never really upgrade them. I thought to myself, just go ahead and get rid of them. That way you're going to be forced to upgrade them. So I went ahead and did that. I got rid of, I don't know, maybe 700 and some odd titles. And because they either had a Blu ray or they had a 4K release. So I was like, all right, I'm going to go ahead and do this. And the first title I picked up, Walmart came out with these slip covers, and I had to have this one for my collection because I don't think I had it on DVD. No, I didn't have it on DVD. So I have Cape Fear. I went and picked this up. I love this movie. I've never seen the original one though, but I did go see this in the theater, and I was just mesmerized by, especially Robert De Niro's performance in this. He's just batshit crazy. But it comes with this cool slip. And then you have kind of like this is kind of like the poster, the theatrical poster. The next one, I definitely needed to upgrade this. I did go watch this. I had a good time with it, but as I got older, I realized that it's not as good as I remember it, but it's still a good action flick. And it's Above the Law. Yeah, it's just the basic disc. I mean, there's no different artwork or anything on it. Another one is a great action movie that I remember watching as a kid. I think me and my brother went to go watch this, and it's Tango and Cash. This one I really would like to see a 4K upgrade of, but again, I didn't have this in my collection on a Blu-ray, so I had to have it. Another one that I don't think I had this on DVD. I don't think I did, but it's a Shout Select release, and it's Summer School. I mean, usually on these Shout Selects, I mean, they'll have like the reversible artwork, but with this, I mean, it's not really reversible, but I don't care. That's the poster art, so I'm okay with it, and it's number 129. You can see that. Okay, the next one, I love this movie. My dad took me to go watch this movie, but I haven't seen it in like almost 30 years. But Three Amigos. My dad was really huge on people who were in Saturday Night Live, and as you can see, Chevy Chase is in this, and he took me to see most of, if not all, the Chevy Chase movies in the 80s. So Three Amigos. This next one, I had the Snapper Case DVD of it, and I was like, well, it's going to be upgraded. And sure enough, it was, but I think it has two Blu-rays. One was a studio release, and the other one was a Scream Factory release. And I just found this on eBay, but it's House on Haunted Hill. And it does have the reversible artwork, which I swapped out. I love House on Haunted Hill. I showed the trailer to my niece a couple of days ago, and she's interested in this, but hopefully we'll get to watch it. Maybe after this video. This next one, I just had it on DVD, and I needed to upgrade it definitely, and I'd like to see it get a 4K, but it probably won't since it's MGM, and now MGM is owned by Amazon. But it's Death Warrant, and this is the Scorpion release, and it does have it's got a slip cover and everything on it, but this one, you've got bonus features on there. Let me see if I can hold it up there. You've got interviews with 2 of the actors in it, and I think it's got a commentary. Yep, it's got a commentary on it. Now, this next one, I had a lot of trouble getting this actually to me. I ordered this, I think, it was like late November. It may have been it was during the Barnes & Noble sale. And Orbit DVD had it, so I ordered it, and they said it was being sent to me, and it never did. It was 2 months later before I finally got my hands on it, and it is Eyes Wide Shut, the 4K Criterion. And you see it's got the 4K disc and the Blu-ray disc. I went to watch this, and I thought this was amazing, but I haven't really seen it since then. And I can't wait to finally, check the 4K transfer out on this. But yeah, this one, Stanley Kubrick's final film, I enjoyed it. I really liked it. The next one is again, I never had this on Blu-ray or DVD. I don't think it may have had a Blu-ray. I can't remember. But I finally upgraded The Firm. And it just comes no reversible artwork, no Blu-ray, but I love The Firm. I like Tom Cruise. The next one I grabbed, I missed out on the Paramount Presents release of this. And, on eBay or Mercari, I'm not paying $200 or whatever the hell they were going to charge for it. So I was just hoping and praying that it would get a standard release, and Paramount did. They released it, and I got my hands on Bringing Out the Dead. It's basically the same artwork. I mean, you just get a 4K in this and a Blu-ray and a digital code. I haven't checked this out since I went to the theater to see this, so can't wait. Now, this next one I have not seen. I knew it came out to the theater, but I missed it. And I'm becoming to be a fan of the director of this. And it is Keeper. Yeah, I really enjoyed Long Legs from Osgood Perkins. And I liked The Monkey. I mean, it's kind of like goofy horror. It's not as good as Long Legs, but, I've heard a lot of mixed things about this. So I can't wait to check this out. The next one I picked up, I was going to try to do this. I'll keep up a Letterboxd account of this. I'm trying to watch all of the nominees for this year's Academy Awards, and I've seen 6 of the 10 Best Picture nominees and all that stuff. But I saw this on streaming, and I knew I had to pick it up, and I picked up One Battle After Another. And it just, you basically getting, just the same thing. It's just a 4K with the digital code. But I'm telling you, this is, to me, I believe this is probably going to win the majority of the Academy Awards this year. My next one, this movie has been out a while. I did not have this in my collection. But I'm trying to get all of this director's films into my library, into my collection. And I finally got my hands on the 4K Steelbook for Full Metal Jacket. I think I'm 5 films away from having all of Stanley Kubrick's films. But here's just a shot of it. Nice spot glossing here. And on the inside, you've got your Blu-ray and your 4K disc. I remember watching this growing up, and my brother absolutely loved this film. My brother was always into like war films. And I would always tell him that, well, the only good part about Full Metal Jacket is like the first 10, 15 minutes of it during the basic training scenes. He got mad at me, but I can't wait to rewatch that. Now, the others, I did finally get my hands on the 4K of Dante's Peak from Kino Lorber. Again, no reversible artwork, but I don't care. I'm finally glad to get my hands on this because I know that they made the announcement last year that it was coming out. Then they pulled it off, and they made the same announcement with Daylight. And some copies of Daylight went out, and then they just yanked it off the shelf. And I thought they were going to end up having to do it with this one as well, but luckily they didn't. Another one I picked up from Kino Lorber. I actually like this movie. A lot of people don't, but I picked up Reindeer Games. I needed it for my collection because all I had was the DVD. The next Kino Lorber one I picked up, The General's Daughter. I like this movie. This is a really, really good thriller with John Travolta in it. I'm glad to get a 4K because all I had was the Blu-ray. Or I know all I had was the DVD. Now, these next ones I picked up during the Arrow sale that just ended, the Barnes & Noble Arrow sale. One, I didn't know if I should pick it up because I've heard that there was an issue with one of the discs. And I wanted to make sure that if I picked it up, did I actually get the right one? But I did get the right one. So I picked up the Cell, the 4K for the Cell. And it does have the reversible artwork with as most Arrow titles do. And to know if you actually have the right one, it's on the 4K disc. I don't know if my camera will pick it up, but it's here at where the blue leg is, almost right underneath it, right there. It'll say V2. I believe that's version 2 or the disc, the corrected disc that Arrow released with it with the corrected information on it. But this is a wild ride. It's been a while since I've seen this, and I need to recheck it out. I don't want to cram these things in here without tearing the slip covers. The next one I picked up was, I'd never seen this movie before, but I love Sean Connery. It's Outland. And here's the reversible. That's the picture that I most associate with this release. Sean Connery looked like he's in a policeman's outfit and he's holding a shotgun. But this is labeled as like a High Noon in Space, and there's your 4K disc inside of it. Just comes with one, but that's okay. Now, the next one I picked up, there were two movies that were themed around this type of plot, I guess you would call it, that were released in 2000. One was Mission to Mars by Brian De Palma, and this one, Red Planet. I've only seen Red Planet once. It was okay. I liked Mission to Mars a lot better, but I haven't seen it since I saw it in the theaters. But it does have Val Kilmer in it, and we all love Val Kilmer. And I believe Val Kilmer and Tom Sizemore did not get along when they were shooting this film. So I wonder if I didn't notice anything, when I first saw it, but I heard later on that they didn't like each other. So I wonder if it captured on camera. Who knows? This next one is, I couldn't wait to see this when it came out. And I just had the Blu-ray of it. I had it on VHS. I had it on DVD. Then I think I've still got the Blu-ray back there. I haven't really gotten rid of it. But when Arrow made the announcement for this, I was like, yes, I want it. And it's Under Siege. This is probably Steven Seagal's best movie. And best meaning that, he's only in it. He only has like 50% of the screen time. He's not in it that long. Tommy Lee Jones is way better than Steven Seagal is in this movie. But it does have the reversible artwork. and it's just, you just get the one disc. But I guess that's all the Seagal that we can handle is just one disc. Because I guess he ate the other disc. This next one, I did go watch it in the theater, and I was like, this actually looks pretty cool. And then I saw it again, and I'm like, these effects are like really bad, but I don't care. I liked the film. I liked it, and it was Spawn. And you do get reversible artwork with this, and you get two 4K discs in here, and one you get the director's cut, and then the second one you get the theatrical cut. Each one has different artwork. To be honest, I've only seen the theatrical version. I have the Blu-ray that has the theatrical, the director's cut on it, but I haven't checked it out. But I can't wait to check this out in 4K. But I've heard a lot of people say it looks pretty good, but just kind of like disregard, the effects, because the effects are what they are. Now, this last one, I did get a chance to watch the 4K of. I didn't go watch this in the theaters. I only saw this on DVD. But I showed this to my niece last week, and I picked up Snakes on a Plane. You do get the reversible artwork, and I believe it's just one disc. I had fun with this when I saw it on DVD. I had more fun with this when I saw it in 4K. My niece loved it. My father-in-law loved it. I mean, it is what it is. It's a turn your brain off movie. And, Sam Jackson, you know what you're getting with Sam Jackson in any kind of movie. He brings it. And yeah, the effects are bad, but so what? It's a popcorn movie. Turn your brain off, enjoy it. So those were the pickups that I grabbed this past month in January. Now I'm going to get into showing you guys what I did watch over the past month. I'm going to go ahead and do a little split screen, and here we are. Now, I started the month with LBJ, because where I'm doing Huck's 52-week movie challenge. LBJ I did see, and as you can see here, I mean, it's 2 stars. It's not really that good. HBO did a, I guess, made-for-TV movie called Going All the Way with Bryan Cranston as LBJ. Look, that one's better than this one. Woody Harrelson tries to be like LBJ, Lyndon Johnson, but Bryan Cranston's is better. But the reason I watched this is because I had to pick a movie that was directed by Rob Reiner. And most people would go to, When Harry Met Sally or Misery or The Princess Bride. I wanted to check out a movie that I haven't seen before. And I just picked this up in the collection, or added this to the collection sometime last year. Just it's kind of like a throwaway Blu-ray. It's like, I don't know if I'll ever watch it, but it's Rob Reiner, so I'll get it. And I finally got around to watching it in the first week of January, and it was okay, but it's not great. The next one that I did see, and I had never seen Weapons before. I bought this 4K. I didn't go to the theater to watch it, but I bought the 4K of it, and I've just been sitting on it. I said, well, I'll get around to watching it. And wow, Weapons deserves all the hype and the accolades that it gets. Amy Madigan, who I believe is nominated for an Academy Award for her performance as Aunt Gladys. I would love to see her get that Oscar for this, just to prove, the horror does belong, with all the dramas and the comedies and foreign films that win Academy Awards. I mean, she's great in this. I want to show this to my niece because she wants to watch this, but I told her it's over 2 hours. I don't know if she'll get into it, but I really dug it. I think I gave it 4.5 stars, as you can see. Now, the next one I saw was Together. I got to tell you, that was really good, very well made. I did not expect the ending to that. I gave it 4 stars. I thought it was really good, and I think I will add that to my collection. It's just creepy, but creepy in a good way. Now the next one I did watch, I did see One Battle After Another, as I'm trying to do my, the Oscar films from 2026. I gave it 4.5 stars. Um, yeah, I don't think it's his masterpiece. I love Boogie Nights and I love There Will Be Blood, but it's up there. Leonardo DiCaprio basically is just wandering around wearing a bathrobe and sunglasses, kind of like the dude from The Big Lebowski. Sean Penn is great. Benicio del Toro is great. Tiana Taylor, I was kind of surprised at her getting the Golden Globe and being nominated for Best Actress or Best Supporting Actress. And I'm like, man, really? Because I thought Chase Infinity did a better job, but that's just me. I guess to me, supporting actress. I mean, Tiana Taylor's not really in it that long, and I mean, she does a good job. She does a great job, but I just didn't think that she was in there long enough to warrant that. But I'm not a voter, so what do I know? The next film I saw was Drop. I saw it on streaming. I thought Drop was good. I think I gave it like 3.5 stars. I thought it was good. It could have been a lot better, but I had a good time watching it. The next one I saw was Begonia, and that was for my week 2 selection for a Hux 52 week movie challenge. I had to pick a film with one word title. And a lot of people went to go see that movie Primate, or I had another one selected called Safe from the Criterion collection. It was Julianne Moore's in it. It's directed by Todd Haynes. And I thought to myself, you know what? I like Yorgos Lanthimos and Emma Stone, so why not just go ahead and check out Begonia? And I'm glad I did. Begonia, I really, really liked Begonia. The score in that is great. Jesse Plemons is great in that. Emma Stone obviously is. Emma Stone's great in everything. And I didn't have it physically, so I was like, I don't know if I should, pick this up. Let me stream it first, and I streamed it. I really liked it, so now I'm going to go pick it up. The next film I saw was Train Dreams. I saw it on Netflix. I think it's only available on Netflix, but I think it sounds to me like that might go to Criterion. I don't know. I may be wrong, but Train Dreams is phenomenal. I believe it's Joel Edgerton's best performance to date, and I thought he was really good in Warrior, that MMA movie with Tom Hardy. I thought he was great in this. I mean, the cinematography in this and the score. I believe they have a song that's nominated for an Academy Award. I thought it was an all around great film. Great film. Now, the film I saw after that, because I'm trying to watch instead of going to the movie theaters this year, I'm trying to watch the stuff that I have in my collection. Because I got a lot of stuff back there and I still haven't even seen like half of it. So I'm starting to get into more of my Criterion titles. And I thought to myself, well, I saw Bill Hader's Criterion Closet video, and he said Solo is a great date movie. And then he did another one where he said Solo is not a great date movie. So I'm like, let me decide for myself. And I saw Solo. Yeah, Solo gets a lot of hate because of the thing it depicts, but this was Pasolini's final film. He was murdered after this film was released, or right before it was released. And Pasolini, that film's not for everybody. But if you're looking at it just through the optics of, oh my God, this is disgusting and vile, you're not looking at it the right way. You're looking at it through the wrong optics. This was Pasolini telling everybody basically what it was like, just a fascism. That's basically all it was. And this is a good film. It's not great. I gave it 4 stars, but it's not great. I mean, there are some shocking scenes in this. Especially the very end is kind of shocking. It's really shocking. But I thought that this film was just going to be like a 1 star for me or 2 star, but no, it's a 4 star film for me. The next film I did see, I did go watch Primate in the theaters. I took my wife and my niece and my father-in-law, and yeah, 3.5 stars. I had a good time with it. I wish there was a little bit more gore. Maybe that's just me, but I like the practical effects. You know, where they didn't use a CGI monkey. They used someone in a monkey suit. Yeah, the death scenes were good. I wanted at least one more. I wanted one more death scene to where we could see it. I don't know, maybe Paramount might give that to us in a 4K release. So the next film that I saw this past month, I did see The Naked Gun, but I saw it on Paramount Plus. Look, I love the Naked Gun film franchise because Leslie Nielsen's in it. I mean, I grew up with those films. And I didn't know how I was going to take this new iteration of it with Liam Neeson taking over for Leslie Nielsen. That being said, I mean, it's good. I mean, it's not it's. I like it better than maybe Naked Gun 33 and a third, but it's not as it's nowhere near as good as the first one and the second one. But I had a good time with it. I don't know if they're going to do any more, and if they do, I mean, it just felt kind of weird, you know, him saying "daddy" to Leslie Nielsen, and you know, he's about 70 years old. That's kind of weird. But anyway, moving on. The next one I saw was Being Eddie, the documentary that's on Netflix. Um, it could have been better. So I gave it 3.5 stars. They didn't quite cover his entire career. I wish they had talked a little bit more about the duds that he made. But it's a nice documentary, and it kind of bookends his career. You know, where he starts at SNL and it kind of ends it where he goes back to host SNL. I thought it was good. I grew up with Eddie Murphy. My dad took me to see a bunch of Eddie Murphy films. Now he really liked Eddie Murphy, and I liked Eddie Murphy. I just wish they would have covered a little bit more of the lows as they did with the highs. The next film I did watch, I had never seen it before, but I know a lot of people were excited about it when they released the 4K in theaters, and then they did a 4K steelbook and a 4K slip. But I saw Shin Godzilla. I thought Shin Godzilla was good. It is. I didn't think it was as good as Godzilla minus one, but maybe because I saw Godzilla minus one before I saw this one. This tried to be like Godzilla minus one. I guess it was released before that, but it dealt. I like the idea that it was dealing with the bureaucracy of a city that was being destroyed by Godzilla, and not dealing with the people. I mean, that was an interesting, fresh touch, but some of the English that was used in that was weird. I didn't like that too much, but I had a good time with it, and it's certainly better than most of the other Godzilla films, but it's nowhere near as good as Godzilla minus one. Now, the next one I checked out was again for Huck's 52-week challenge. I had never seen this movie before, and I'd had it in the collection. I love the director, but I'd never seen this before, and I went with Rear Window. I do have the 4K of it, and again, it's Hitchcock, 4.5 stars. The only reason why I knocked it down a half a star was for some reason Jimmy Stewart doesn't click with me in these type of roles. It's just me. Maybe if I watch more, maybe I'll appreciate him more. I like It's a Wonderful Life, and I especially love Anatomy of a Murder, Otto Preminger's film. I love him in that one, but this one just didn't do it for me. Raymond Burr is great, and Grace Kelly is stunning. The next one, again, it was for Rear Window for Huck's Challenge was a movie based in one location. And so I chose that one. I mean, I could have chosen a couple others, but I had never seen Rear Window. I wanted to check it out. And the next film that I saw again was for Huck's Challenge, but it was for a female-led action film. I had never seen this movie before, and I went with The Marvels. I know it got a lot of hate, but I actually enjoyed it. I didn't like the fact that they tried to make Sam Jackson funnier in the film, but the three lead actresses were great together, and perhaps maybe I would have liked it a little bit more had I seen the TV show Miss Marvel. But I'm glad I watched it, and yeah, I don't think they're gonna make any more, but who knows? The next one I did check out. I'd never seen this before, and I wanted to finally get to it. Was Akira Kurosawa's Seven Samurai. Now, this was for I think week 5 of Huck's Challenge. I just went ahead and got it out of the way because I had never seen it. I've had this 4K, never seen it, and it's a masterpiece. I believe this was Akira Kurosawa's masterpiece, and I will never forgive myself for not watching this before I saw The Magnificent Seven, which is basically a remake of it. I just Toshiro Mifune's performance in this at least deserved an Oscar for Best Supporting Actor, or at least a nomination. I know they probably wouldn't even consider foreign films Oscar worthy back in the 50s, but God, his performance in this is almost bordering on heartbreaking. But I absolutely love the Seven Samurai. Now, moving on, I saw Perfectly a Strangeness. It was nominated for Best Documentary Short. It's about these 3 mules or donkeys, and they stumble across an observatory, I think in Chile. And I thought it was good. I mean, it's 3 stars. It's not great. And I mean, it doesn't last long. I think it's like 15 minutes. But I had a good time with it. I mean, it was all right. The next one I checked out was The Devil is Busy. I believe that's on HBO Max. It's about a women's healthcare clinic in Fulton County, Georgia, and the struggles they are faced with day to day to provide women's health care in what's going on after the Supreme Court ruling and everything, how hard it is for them to give women medical care when they really can't, the government's trying to restrict them from doing it. I thought it was a very well made documentary. It might get the Oscar, if not even like finish in second place. The next one I saw was Armed Only with a Camera, The Life and Death of Brent Renault. I thought this was really good. I just wish there would have been more to it. I think it's like an hour long, hour and a half long, something like that. Um, it it's about 2 brothers. One brother was actually killed while he was documenting war, and he was killed. And his brother and Brent and his cameraman were overseas, and they caught some fire. The cameraman survived, so his brother came back, and I guess he was making this documentary, and it talked a little bit about his childhood. I just wish they would have kind of expanded on it a little bit more. So that's why I gave it 3 stars. I mean, it was good. I wanted more. And the next one I checked out was All the Empty Rooms. This was a powerful documentary. 4.5 stars. I believe it's just like 30 minutes. I think it's on Netflix. And it's this news reporter for CBS News. He is going around with a cameraman taking pictures of all these rooms that were left untouched by families of children who were slain in school shootings. Really powerful documentary short. The next one, I did see The Perfect Neighbor. That's on Netflix, about this woman who is basically she is a white woman is basically calling the police a lot on her neighborhood or her neighbor's children who are just, the kids being kids. And she keeps calling the police and calling the police and calling the police to wanting them to come and, do something to the parents about their kids. And she eventually, this goes on for like I think a year and a half or 2 years. And she winds up shooting the mother of one of the kids. And the great thing about this documentary is that it's not, you hardly have any voiceover narration. All the footage you're getting is from police body cams, which I thought was very, very innovative in telling a story. I thought this was really, really great, and I gave it, I think, 4.5 stars. Now, the next one I did watch, I'd never seen it before, and I thought it was good. I don't get all the hype for it, but it was F1. Brad Pitt as an aging race car driver. I don't want to say NASCAR driver, but he did NASCAR, IndyCar, Baja. He's kind of like cajoled into coming and helping Javier Bardem's F1 team with a rookie driver. I thought it was good. Maybe a little bit too long. I mean, you probably could have told this story in, 2 hours and 5 minutes. Probably could have, but Brad Pitt's great in this. Javier Bardem's good in this. The whole Kerry Condon, love story arc, we could have done without that. There was no point for that. But, I did see this 4K with Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos. It's good. It's not Best Picture worthy, but it is what it is. The next one I checked out was Born in Flames. I saw that on the Criterion channel. Great. It has a documentary feel from Lizzie Borden. I thought it was good, really good. I just wish there was more of it. Like a lot of these that I'm giving ratings for. I just wish there was a little bit more to the story. Two People Exchanging Saliva was nominated for a live action short. Again, I think it's a French film. I found it on one website. I thought it was really good. 4 stars. Again, it's a documentary short, so it's not going to be long. The ending of it, I did not see coming, but I had a feeling something like that was going to happen. The next one I checked out was Butterfly. Butterfly is a animated short that's nominated for an Academy Award, and it's absolutely beautifully shot. And by that, I mean it's like hand-painted animation. I thought it was really great. If you want to check it out, I think it's on YouTube. You can find it on YouTube. The next one I checked out was Retirement Plan, another nominated short film, which I think will probably win the Academy Award. It details what a man wants to do once he hits retirement. Like he's got a list of everything that he wants to do, and some of it's funny and some of it's heartfelt. But I gave it 5 stars. I think that might actually win it. The next was The Alabama Solution, which I think is on HBO Max. This one might actually beat The Perfect Neighbor for best documentary. It deals with the problems that the Alabama prison system is faced with, like their prisoners being treated harshly, and some of them are even being murdered. And it's like the state doesn't care. Like their idea to fix this problem is to build more prisons, and that's not how you do that. The next one I saw was Elio, which was up for best animated feature. I thought Elio was good. I had low expectations going into this, but I was pleasantly surprised. I'm glad I watched it. The next one, again, it's animated feature, and I checked out K-pop Demon Hunters. I flat out refused to watch this. I was like, I'm not watching this. I'm not watching this. And then I saw it, and I'm like, yep, that's your animated feature Oscar winner. This is such a great film. The music in it is great. I don't know why I did not want to watch this. I mean, maybe it's because or I had this like hatred for Disney growing up. The next one I saw, Frankenstein, Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein. I gave it 4.5 stars. Is it the best Frankenstein movie that's been made? Again, the original Frankenstein back in the 30s. That to me is the greatest Frankenstein ever made. I haven't seen Kenneth Branagh's Frankenstein since I saw it in the theaters, so I can't really compare it to that one. But Jacob Elordi's performance in this is great. I mean, absolutely amazing. The makeup, production design, everything, cinematography is great. Will it win? Probably. They might win for makeup and costumes, maybe. But I mean, I gave it 4.5 stars, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we're going to get that into the Criterion Collection. The next one I saw was Captain America: Brave New World. Yeah, it's as bad as everyone says it is. I liked it, but it's one of the worst Marvel movies that I've seen, and that's saying a lot because we do have Quantumania out there. But I liked it, but it's bringing back characters from the Incredible Hulk to interact with someone who wasn't even in the Incredible Hulk is kind of weird. My next one, it was Crossfire. It was a noir film. I really hadn't gravitated to anything with Robert Mitchum. And I thought, why not? And, I saw it on the Criterion channel. And it's a nice lit, I think it's under 90 minutes. It's a great noir film where so it deals with anti-Semitism and trying to solve a murder, someone who murdered someone because they're Jewish. I thought it was really good. Robert Mitchum's not in it that much, but whenever he's on screen, he commands the camera. I mean, him standing there, your eyes are fixated on him. The next one I checked out was The American Soldier. I gave it 3 stars because it was my first Fassbender film, and I saw it on the Criterion channel. And afterwards, I found out that if you want to get into start watching Fassbender, don't really start with his early stuff because it's kind of weird. And yeah, this one was kind of weird, and it was good, but I had nothing to compare it to. So if I go watch some of his other stuff, and if his other stuff's good, this one might get knocked down a little bit. And the next one, of course, was Snakes on a Plane. I gave it 3.5 stars. Good film. Thunderbolts. I had never seen Thunderbolts before. I gave it 4.5 stars. I believe this was probably one of the better MCU films that have come out in a while, dealing with loneliness and depression. I thought it was good. It's a damn shame what they did to Taskmaster, but I liked it. I enjoyed it. You can tell I'm kind of running low on fumes now. And the final film that I saw in the month was The Fantastic Four: First Steps. Again, 4 stars. It's under 2 hours. We could have used a little bit more in this. So that's everything that I watched this past month in January. Now we're going to get on to the giveaway. So I was given an extra copy of Stanley Kubrick's Eyes Wide Shut on 4K. So here's the giveaway details. If you would like to be entered into this giveaway, I'm going to give this thing away. I'll pay for shipping. If you win it, I'll send it to you. So if you want to be entered into this, you have to be subscribed to my YouTube channel. You have to be following me on Instagram. And to enter in to win this, you have to slide into my DMs on Instagram and do hashtag eyes wide shut. And in a week or week and a half, I will do a drawing. I'll create a video of a drawing and I will let you guys know who's going to win. And if you do win, I'll reach out to you so you can give me all of your details. So that's everything that I watched and picked up in the month of January. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments section below. And what did you guys watch and pick up in the month of January? So, that being said, let me know what are you watching today.